keeping an eye on everything. We're the ones with the highest perception checks.
Okay, what's our plan on whether or not Criv is going to be a bug, or if you guys are interested in me using clairvoyance?
Last time, I think we settled on I would impulse become a bug should I feel it was appropriate at some point. We took away the plan part because it was too risky.
Fair, that's fair.
That's crap.
Okay, so I don't need to waste $300 on something and then buy like a gem encrusted horn.
I can't guarantee
I would
it's
think
going
so,
to
yes.
happen that I will be a bug. It's just I think we established that should an opportunity arise and I felt comfortable, I may impulsively turn into a bug and leave.
You know what you should do is turn into a bug after and just stick around for the after party.
But I don't know what we could do at that point.
I mean, we would see if they went yay or nay. They might say, let's discuss this and we'll meet at a later date. I'm old.
Oh God, I hope that doesn't happen.
They still have to tell us at some point.
I hope
Yeah.
that doesn't happen because I need to rest to be
I'm an
able to be
instant
fine.
gratification person.
You can just go nap somewhere. You don't gotta be sitting there while they discuss it.
I need to be in one steady place for a week. You still not understand. It's not I can rest right now, do things the next day. I can rest right now afterwards.
But I'm telling you, you don't have to be there while they decide. You could go sit for 3 weeks and we'll just go tell you what they said.
Jason. I already told you it was going to take a while for them to like get the envoy shit together. So, home slice, you're going to be fine. You can go on the boat if we have a boat.
We better have a boat.
Don't
I'll go
worry.
in the ocean.
You're in the city now. Arvistan's going to get his chance to rest.
Arvistan needs to call his family so they can figure out a boat situation.
We'll just swim there. We'll walk.
But my family does not have a boat. We just swim.
Oh, come on. You gotta have, like, long-distance travel vehicle. Come on.
I mean, yeah, fishes. Big fishes.
Jet skis.
Jet skis.
You strap your feet to dolphins.
Yeah, dolphins, whales. Have you seen Aquaman? You see how he lays down in the mouth of a whale? Hell yeah! And travel.
Okay, I haven't seen the new Aquaman, but the old Aquaman is not promising.
You mean any Aquaman?
You
I
might
don't
be
know anything
thinking
about
of,
the ripped one, but I hear he's awkward.
You might be
I'm
thinking of
talking about-
Geppetto from Pinocchio.
Probably.
Is that what? Because he gets eaten by a whale, right? Or Jonah from the Bible.
Who, me?
Anyway, I don't
So
know.
many whale
Like,
references,
if you haven't
Dave.
seen,
Can't
if
speak
you
for
haven't
Aquaman,
seen if you haven't seen the movie Aquaman of Jason Momoa, where it's before the Justice League, in one part, whenever he's escaping the main city, he gets in to escape. He gets into the mouth of a whale and travels.
That's weird. Whales aren't super fast. They're not super fast.
I mean, you don't need to be fast, and you need something to travel. Boats are not fast because you have a mast, and if you have no wind, you're kind of fucked at that point.
Could you just imply all boats are sail driven?
Yeah. Have you?
Jason.
We don't have. We're not in an era of steampunk or anything like that right now.
Yeah,
so.
but we're just gonna beef out Robbie and have him kick.
Yeah. Just gonna hang on to the back.
Can you imagine if cruise ships were still with sails?
Oh lordy, that'll be insane.
Why aren't we moving? I don't know. Wind changed direction.
That's what I'm picturing you're talking about.
Changing the cruise. We're going on a different cruise today.
Everybody start blowing.
Start blowing.
Summon a water elemental to just pull us like reindeer.
Hey,
reindeer.
that's not a bad idea. At least for an hour, right? Or so.
I can't summon shit.
I can summon like 4 different things at one time without the rules overlapping, I think is what I found out. I'm not going to unless there's some weird
Ooh.
emergency, but
Oh,
Are you the
that's
person
pretty
that we
cool though.
deemed could drop a cow on someone? Because I would like that.
I could drop a cow. We could just like cannonball, like distribute water.
Just drop so many cows. That would just murderize all the cows.
Propel ship.
When you summon an animal, does it just like exist? No.
It's not an animal per se. It's
Okay,
it's like a
good.
spiritual
It's
representation
like
of an
yeah.
animal.
It
it's
doesn't
like
just like
spiritual.
live there forever and you're like, oh, now I have 47 cows.
No.
It starts summoning all the owls and dropping behind the boat and just propel the boat with all the cows just dropping behind and the ripples just pushing you.
So you don't have to feel bad about dropping a cow into the ocean and it just dying.
No. The
Yeah.
spell has a duration, and then when it's over, the cow disappears.
Yeah.
It was never actually real.
You'll
No,
still
good.
hear a shitload of moos, but yeah.
All right. Well, Robbie, this is what you've got to deal with. The plan we have so far is how many cows we can drop, and in what ways we might use that to propel a ship across the ocean.
Yes.
This is episode number 36. It's titled The Report. Hope everybody did their homework.
Of course it is.
So, last time, we all did a little bit of catching up. Went back down to the docks district to meet some people you haven't seen in a long time. Splits and Sudsy and Bumper, who's not petrified anymore, came back to say hello. Jade, the orc woman from the town of Anders, was also there, drunk, very upset that her ex-boyfriend is getting married in the coming week. And you met Petey, the pickpocket, and his little friends showed you around. Just touching base with people for a little bit. And then talked to Ziella for a while, who would like you to try to convince the Council of Kyrenia that the ongoing war effort, in conjunction with the bug attack that you reported on earlier, is going to require some reinforcements from a different nation, specifically Mochipa, which is on the other side of the ocean. And to do that, you're going to have to schmooze some different council members. And they all have their own preferences and their different weaknesses that you might want to have to exploit. And you spent a long time trying to come up with a plan on how to do that, and spent more time, I'm sure, in the off hours also trying to discover that. And today we get to see how that just blows up in your face. Maybe. Or maybe you planned it so well that it goes off without a hitch.
Do you have a way to connect Prezi to this stream?
Prezi? I don't know
What?
this.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
What?
It's like Microsoft PowerPoint but fancier.
Oh, been too long for me. If I did, I would do it. We'd have it set up right now. Next time we need to do a big report. So where we'll pick up is right where we left off, right after you guys are finished talking to Ziella and leave the tavern. You do have the young boy Seth that you found in a farmstead just outside of the city, who was by himself. His parents had left him to go look for help. You haven't seen either one of them in the time since then. And he's just kind of with you now until you dump him somewhere.
I'm thinking we should head back to Father Gregor. That way we can hopefully hitch this young man up for the night and go from there.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sure. Oh, guys, one more thing. Did you want me to figure out how to shove detect thoughts into there.
You mean like try to read the minds of the council members?
Lightly, not in like a not in a prying manner, but in a light, dainty manner.
Is there a chance that they could know it was you?
I think you have to pry for that.
I mean, if you can do it stealthily so they don't know it's you, I'd say go for it. I
Yeah.
think it would look very bad if you try to, skim their thoughts and they're like, "Hey, you, what do you think you're doing?"
Yeah, exactly. Like you're trying to convince us of something, but then again, you're trying to get into our minds. Like, what are you planning?
Yeah.
Maybe that'd be more useful after an argument or part of it has been made, just to see how we're doing.
Okay. Sure. I'll prepare that one.
And if someone's like, that we're gearing towards is like, oh, I hate these people. I don't trust anything they say. We can just switch to someone else who's less mean.
Okay.
I don't know how if they're gonna
Less
be less
mean.
mean.
It was an example.
All right. So, going back to the Temple of Freyr in the Temple District, you'll have to pass through the rest of the Docks District and through the Trade District. It's night now, but the city itself isn't closed down. There's not like a curfew going on just yet. Most of the army's moving out of the city at this point. So, is there anything you guys want to do before you get back? Or when you get back there, you're probably going to have to go to sleep. And not be able to head back out again. So is there anywhere else you want to visit, any other shopping or anything else you want to do before you take Seth back to Father Gregor?
I don't have anything I would like to do now.
Not me.
If we
Um,
if we pass by somewhere, I don't need to like extend our night into this, but if I see somewhere, I'd maybe get like a little toy for our poor little new companion.
All right. How'd you tell you need anything?
before visiting Father Gregor?
Right.
No.
Okay.
Maybe walkie-talkie.
Kriv, you can lose a gold piece for a cup and ball, especially created for Omni children. So it has like a mouthpiece to hang on to. And they kind of tip their heads up to try to get the ball into the cup. Father Gregor will have a place cleared for at least the four of you that he already has set aside. So he's probably not going to be sitting there waiting for you to approach. He's got people to tend to all the time, every hour of every day. But as soon as he sees you walk in, he'll gesture over for you and show you the place that he has ready for all of you to sleep. It's not large, but it is all grouped together. So you're not all spread out amongst all the other refugees.
I guess that's it, right? Just go to sleep and go to the next day.
I am going to
No
cast send.
sleep. No.
I'm going to cast sending before I go to sleep. Depending on what time is it?
It's getting late, but not quite midnight yet.
Okay, in that case, I'll probably wait until morning because I don't know if the person I'm going to be sending would be awake. So I will go to bed.
All right. Anyone else have anything they need to do before bed?
Don't go to bed yet, Robbie.
Okay.
I need to do a ritual.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right.
Sick.
Who's in the ritual?
Who's in?
I am. Let's
Who do you
go.
ask?
Who do you ask? It's
Yeah.
only well, it's
I
only a level 2, so I technically only need one person. But
You got Crib. I'll watch.
okay.
Already asked Robbie.
I mean, the more the merrier. Why not? It doesn't hurt anything.
Do a third level if you can. I mean, you're gonna
Nah,
sleep.
it's a second level. I need detect thoughts.
Oh, okay.
I don't just have that spell.
Gotcha.
It's not my thing.
Are we conducting this ritual in the Temple of Freyr?
Oh,
I
probably
would recommend
bad.
not doing it in the temple.
Probably
Maybe like
that's
in the
probably
yard
a bad.
outside.
Okay, but I need something to put the skull on.
Does
You
like
can put it on my. You can put it on my chair on my lap.
Put it on his lap.
I mean, if we
That's
don't have anything
creepy.
else,
I mean,
I've never summoned the divination spirit. They might be weird. You might not want that.
we can
Fair enough.
use like a chair. We
enough.
just have empty chairs or like a bucket or a wheelbarrow. Like, there's something you can use.
Get a
Come
bucket.
on, Robbie, classy.
Get a bucket. I'll carry it. While
I'm sorry. I don't
go
want to
somewhere.
offend the spirits of the dead.
You got a table outside the temple?
No, we got. I think we gotta be like kind of a little bit away from the temple so nobody sees it.
There are people camped outside of the temple also.
That's true.
They can help.
Very true. They can help. Everybody's in.
Hold it if you ask them.
You are joining. You are joining.
I
You too.
I personally don't know what's around the temple. I would assume Hashote would know.
I mean, it just, are you looking for a secluded spot, or is that not really of
Yes.
concern to you? Okay, so
Secluded spot, please.
you want nobody to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to go between buildings and kind of like an alleyway
Sick.
behind a nearby temple, like a neighboring temple that's no longer being used for worship of any god. It's just been converted into a tenement building, so people just live there. You can go behind there, and that's butted up against another temple, and just have a narrow alleyway in between. You'll have to shoo some rats out of the way, but it should work to keep you secluded from everybody.
That's okay. You can do that. Is there like a big rock?
Would you use a trash can?
That sounds offensive.
Probably.
Wait. Abandoned temple. Is there a thing in there?
There's people that live in there now. They just converted it into like housing.
You think I could steal a chair?
Probably. There's also people that are just out and about. You could ask to borrow something, a chair or a cot, or I don't know, a big pot that you could like flip over.
Wait, I have one of those. Okay, we'll use the skull pot. We'll put the skull on the skull pot.
Okay.
That's fine. It's better than a trash can.
That sounds like a good use for the skull pot.
It's true. I don't really have a whole lot of uses for the skull pot.
Yeah, and it has a name for it. Skull pot.
So Hajite will lead you all into this dark alleyway. Pull out the skull pot, which is just a contaminated cooking pot.
Trademark.
Turn it over and put it in the middle of the alley and put the skull of the hobgoblin on top of it. And then everyone will need to join hands in order to summon the spirit. So let's get them. Get them out there. So you chant whatever ritualistic mutterings are required in order to summon a spirit. You do not get Ray, the person that you have seen the past couple of times that you've conducted this ritual. Instead, you get a gross, portly old woman.
Oh, race.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Where is this? A back alley?
Yeah. You know, hang out in back alleys?
Now, which one of you's in charge?
I am. I'm in charge.
Funny, you don't look like my sister. Oh,
I'm-
whatever.
Am I supposed to look like your sister?
Well, that's the only person that ever calls on me anymore.
Oh. Hi, I'm Hashote.
Ashite, yes? Come closer, dearie. Let me get a look at you.
I can't go far. I'm holding on to people.
You seem a bit gaunt, dearie. Is something the matter?
We just have a lot going on right now.
I see. Playing things close to the chest, I think.
That's what we're trying to do for tomorrow.
Well, that's all right. I know that look. I don't need you to tell me what happened. I already know.
Yeah.
She'll turn to Ravi and say, and you too.
Oh, okay.
So, what is it you want from me? I'm sure that you're here for a reason.
I was wondering if you'd be able to grant me detect thoughts for tomorrow.
Oh. And what for?
There are some important people that I fear are going to take advantage of us.
I see. So you're going to take advantage of them first.
Gotta take your moves faster.
Well, I suppose it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I can give you the spell. I would say to be careful who you're using it on, though. There are some people that might know what you're doing.
Do you personally know anything about Karenia?
I'm from here.
So, do you know about the people leading the different districts?
Not lately. I passed away a long time ago.
Gotcha. Can I ask your name?
My name is Ariel.
Ooh. That's a nice name. What did you do in Karenia?
Well, I don't know if you'd call it a profession, really, but I was a hag.
Ooh.
I suppose you could say I still am one.
That's awesome.
Ask if she knows Alira.
What's that, dear? Speak up. If you're going to be whispering, don't be doing it while I'm still here. It's very rude.
It's very rude, Kriv.
Sorry. You know someone named Alira?
Well, I know that you do.
Yeah. You're right.
There's a local person that the children were calling a hag. We were curious if you would happen to know her. We have no idea what her age might be.
Oh, I see. And why should I tell you that?
You'd like to be called on more often than just your sister, right?
I guess.
We could
Thank
have
you.
fun conversations.
In that case, I'll tell you next time you call.
All right. Thank you.
Turn back into the skull and just crumble and fall on the pot.
Did she give you the spell? I didn't see anything happening like the other guy.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
She said she could and then cackled about it, so I would assume. I like her. She seems fun.
You do have a way of summoning some interesting personalities, that's for sure.
For
Right? The
real.
dead around here sure are a trip. I like her. I've never met a hag. Well,
Yes, you have.
I've never knowingly met a hag.
Fair enough.
We don't know for sure.
I'm pretty sure. Well, technically, she's probably a warlock, but that's slightly different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's slightly different. It's not quite a hag. I don't know what a hag is, really. I just think it's fun, and she sounded like a witch. Well, alright, I'm ready for bed. Ready to walk home.
Yeah.
Talking about hacks, don't you want to see your girlfriend?
Oh,
We do something
tomorrow?
else?
Jeez, I need some sleep, man.
Okay.
It's not nice to show up at midnight.
I'm sure she won't have any problem with it.
It sends a message that you might not want to be sending.
Yeah. Arvistan, you get it, right? You get it?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Seals don't have that problem.
Ah, gotcha.
I suppose if
It's
they don't drink
nighttime
that
all
much.
the time. I see. Okay. No, I'm gonna do that in the morning. Let's not set up the night for. Why don't you stay over?
You gotta get ready in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Beforehand, I gotta put makeup on and dress nice.
Let's go to bed.
You know, for my meeting. I used to do these all the time. I feel like I'm out of practice now.
I suppose spending months in the mud will do that.
I know. And with you guys, no offense. I love you guys, but
Damn.
it's not
None
the same.
None taken on my
None
end.
taken.
Well, you get it, Robbie. You get it.
It's a different lifestyle for sure.
I feel like that wasn't offensive until you said no offense.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I owe somebody some money anyway, so I can't ever go back. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt me.
Well, you got the money now to pay it back with interest, so
How much interest? It's
True
been-
story.
I don't know, give him double whatever the bill was.
Okay. Well. Anywho, you guys ready for bed?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Sure am.
There should be no need to set a watch. There are hundreds of people in the building. Somebody's going to be awake at all hours of the night. And they're not going to rob you since you've already stashed all your stuff in a secret attic room separated from everything.
Yeah. Most of us have no money on us, too.
So you get some sleep. Everybody gets all their spells back and all your hit points, whatever you lost. I don't think anybody had lost any since last time you slept, but you never know. Sometimes you guys make the bird mad and get hurt.
Well, I think technically the last day was when we ran into a wall, and Arvistan and I still had hit points.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
I forgot you guys did that.
Well, you're all tip-top again.
What was my maximum at the moment? 25, right?
26.
26, okay.
So you'll wake up about 8 o'clock in the morning. The meeting where you have to give your report is at noon. You've got 4 hours for whatever last minute preparations you want to make or whatever else it is that you wanted to do before you went to the palace to talk to the council. What did we want to accomplish before heading there?
I'll leave that to the speakers.
I was making sure I know how many spells I can cast. I'm about to go crazy with magic. Okay, let's do sending.
All right.
I want to message Alira really quick and tell her that I need assistance and I need to stop by, but I can't stay. Are you awake? Early in the morning.
Okay. So she gets 25 words to talk back, right?
Mm-hmm.
You.
You're welcome to stop by anytime. My door is open to you. Just walk right in.
Sick.
Didn't you ask
I'm going
her?
to my girlfriend's house. Maybe she can have.
Didn't you ask her to come
Inside.
over instead of you going over there?
Why?
I mean,
I do not think it is wise for Alira and Hazate to meet and discuss things here in front of a large gathering of people.
Not to mention the fact that if she has anything she could give to me, it'd be at her dang house.
fair enough, but at the same time, wouldn't it be like farther away from where we should be, though? That's
Well,
why I'm
let me
asking.
think really hard. I wonder how long it takes to get there.
You've got time. You can go see Alira. You're not going to be doing much else. So whatever other stuff you guys wanted to do, you're probably going to have to leave up to the rest of the party to take care of.
Cool. I
It's
don't
like,
have any other plans other than the fact that I think she may or may not be helpful. She's been around here a long time.
If you were going to put that makeup on, she'll have a mirror too that you can use. Probably like a little setup for that.
When I put it on, does it just like immediately activate?
Yeah.
Or can I be like, activate right before the thing?
It'll start right away and it'll last for an hour. But as long as you do it last thing before you leave, you'll have plenty of time to get up to the palace and give your report.
Okay, cool.
Can you ask her about divination tools for me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody else got any questions? He is mysterious, but she is very intelligent.
I don't have any questions now.
Wait, Robbie, weren't you going to ask her about that weird god or divinity whenever you were under the effect of the potion?
I am absolutely not going to ask her about her patron in her own house, no.
Okay.
Whoa, Jason! That's like
Have you
asking someone to like take their pants off, man.
Is it?
That is a different
know.
analogy.
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
It is not polite, but
I'm not a
It's very personal.
haver.
it's true, you are not.
Your contract. You might not want to talk about it. I don't know.
All right. I'm just, you see, this is why I should not speak in the meeting today.
You need to start thinking about things that you could be saying because odds are, and I heard this straight from God, you might want to just be ready versus someone asking you questions.
Well, good luck to all of us.
Yeah, Arvisan, what are you going to do in the 4 hours leading up to?
Just lay down. I have nothing else to
Just
go.
lay down?
I can't. Yep. I have nowhere to go, nowhere to be.
You're going to stay just in Temple of Freyr with Father Gregor and everybody?
Yep.
All right. Ravi, what's the plan for the next 4 hours?
I am going to go around and ask the other temple leaders. I want to get an estimate as how long they think that their supplies can last. And I would also like a note that I have written kind of detailing the fact that things are untenable the way that they are right now for any extended period of time, and I would like them to sign it with the intent that they will be presented to the council as bits of evidence to part of the speech I'm going to make.
Okay. And Kriv, what will you be doing for 4 hours?
I believe I had offered to help Robbie if that was a thing that was plausible. I would also give Haujute, let's say, 35 of my pocket gold, because I still have a fair amount on me, for in case Alira has something on hand that would help for divination. If not, that's fine, but I need 25 gold worth. Yeah.
You need 25 gold worth?
Yeah, I'm giving 35 either for upcharging or tip or whatever. Courtesy fee. For
If you
walking
give me
through the house
50,
and
I might
messing
be able to
with things.
double it. Does your spell, like, eat the materials?
It's a good question. I don't know the answer. I was trying to figure that out. I'm not sure.
I think it would say specifically. So if it doesn't say
Hey,
that
Robbie,
they're consumed, you're fine.
can you make sure you bring the enchanted weapons? The weapons? Can you
Yeah, of
make sure
course.
you could sort of get them confirmed as to whether or not they were in New Sanctum? Because I think that was a problem we ran into.
If there is time, I will head over to the Hall of Records and see if there's any like historical evidence of these things being kept in New Sanctum.
Mm-hmm. I think that would be helpful. I mean, it would be like very specific proof.
Yeah, I mean, if they have something, I'll absolutely grab it.
Yeah, and they probably wouldn't let us just randomly walk into a temple with things with people in there. If there were people in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would agree.
They wouldn't just have that shit right in the open.
Okay.
Yeah, here's 60 gold. It does use up components according to Google.
Okay.
All right.
So first we'll follow Ravi. All right. As far as spiritual leaders that are still in the temple district, a lot, ever since they found Freyr, a lot of the gods have kind of fallen out of the public eye, and worship has kind of dwindled in most places. So the few ones that do get worship don't have many followers. You know that you and Father Gregor are basically the only followers of Freyr in the city, and that there are similar situations with the other gods. Some of them don't have any representation in the temple district. But what you do still have is that there is a high priestess for the goddess of light, Luciriel. There's another high priestess for the goddess of darkness and trickery, Tenegriel. And then there is a small shrine to the dragon storm. So who would you like to talk to first?
I would probably talk to Luceria first, and then I would ask Kriv if they would be willing to go to talk to the Dragon Storm like shrine.
Be interesting if I meet anyone there.
I'm hoping that you do, not just for our sake, but for yours as well.
All right. So, Ravi, you'll make your way to the Temple of Luciriel. The high priestess there is named Contessa. You haven't spent a lot of time in that temple itself. You've probably been in there once or twice before. But as you go inside, all of the walls on the interior are painted white, bleached out white. There are high windows up on the top near the ceilings on these high walls that are casting light in. And there are mirrors placed around the temple hall itself to reflect that light all around the place to make it just glow like crazy. There are fewer people residing here than in the Temple of Freyr. It's a harsher place to stay. The light never goes out. And when the sun goes down, they use artificial means, magical cantrips or torches to recreate that light so that the luminescence in the temple itself is always at this intensity. People don't like to stay here. It's hard to see. It's like going out on a sunny day after a snowstorm. Contessa herself is a tall elven woman. She's got long, like platinum blonde hair, and she's got dark eyes that sort of stick out from this light that's just making her almost dissolve into the background. Just say, what brings you here, Ravi?
Hi, Contessa. Long story short, we don't have a whole lot of resources here inside the city. The Internum, the army force, is at our door. I would like to know how long you think your supplies are going to last. Me and my group have traveled to New Sanctum. It's destroyed. There's nothing left. And we don't know if anyone there can be saved. And I will tell you this in confidence because I trust the other religious leaders here. There are also undead scouring the landscape. I would like information from you, kind of explaining how your situation is. I will kind of show her the letter. If you'd be willing to sign this, I would greatly appreciate it as before we meet the High Council here. The plan is that we would like to go to Mochepa. If we can get some raw magite, bring it back to refine it, we might have a chance to not only stop the enemies at our door, but stop the undead and possibly save New Sanctum. I know we don't talk much, and this is a big ask, and I'm sorry for coming to you in such short notice, but we've been back in the city for 2 days after being gone for several months. I need your help, please.
I would ask a few questions of you before I would agree to any of your terms.
Of course.
The undead that you've encountered outside of the city, has justice been wrought upon them?
Every single one I have seen, yes.
Yes, and if you emblazoned them with the light of our Lord Luciriel?
I do not have the ability to emblazon things with the light of Luceria. Only by the might of Freyr am I able to smite the undead.
And New Sanctum, you say it has fallen?
It has.
To what culprit?
A species of bug-like creatures that have fused its inhabitants into a giant monster.
I see. And has justice been wrought upon this creature as well?
No. I lack the strength, and me and my group lack the strength to smite it there, which is why we're hoping to have the Magnite to go back and fight it again.
And so this favor that you ask will lead to justice for the capital of Tarsaria?
I hope with every fiber of my being.
If the wicked should be punished, and the truth brought to light, I will aid you. Give me your letter, I'll sign my name.
Thank you.
She'll cross it out and write down, in flowery script, like big calligraphy, all big swoops and stuff everywhere. Write out Contessa of the Temple of Luciriel. to mark off, and also write in there how supplies are dwindling. They don't have a lot there. Contessa makes note to say that the light provides for them, but it's not food. So if you're a religious leader, maybe you think you can live on light. Contessa kind of tries to do that a lot, but the refugees aren't going to really be able to do that, and they don't necessarily believe in the God as much as she does.
Thank you very much.
Let's cut over to Kriv. You've got to wander around a bit because you're not from Karenia. Last time you were here, they were very targeted. You were kind of bossed around in where you needed to be. You're following around groups and making sure that you only saw as much of the city as you could. So you got to kind of make your way around the temple district for a little while before you find this shrine to the Dragonstorm. It's not a building. There's no temple built to the Dragonstorm. It's just like a little, pile of rocks with a little carving set on top of it, surrounded by trees and next to a small fountain. When you get there, there's nobody around. I'd like you to make a perception check.
Perception.
I almost did perception. I remember I'm not there.
Fortunately, that is a 9.
Oh boy.
All right. You don't see anyone. It's quiet here. It's weird. The refugees haven't set up camp anywhere near this shrine, so it's pretty distant from most of the people. As you walk over and approach it, you don't see anyone, but you do smell something terrible. Just the muskiest, nastiest odor. And you've been smelling a lot of bad stuff, but I mean, this is in a league of its own as you get close to it. So, what do you want to do once you get to the shrine?
Try not to get distracted by the weird smell right away, I guess. If I don't see anyone else, kind of stop, take some of that. I had gotten a few pieces of fulgurite when we were in the desert, and I had my lightning storm.
Mm-hmm.
Take some of those and add them to the shrine. Just kind of take a minute, and then inevitably start poking around to see what smells like that.
You'll take out your fulgurite and you'll place it on the shrine delicately. It's not a well-maintained shrine. It's just kind of a pile of stuff there. But you add it to the pile with whatever reverence you can muster. The smell gets stronger. Flies start landing on your face, crawling close to your eyes. They buzz around near your ears. And then you'll hear a voice from behind you say, "Well, another worshipper of the Dragonstorm, eh?"
Yes, are you as well?
Well, I'm the shaman in these parts, it's true.
Gnarly dude.
You turn around to see a large Omni gentleman. He's like a cross between a porcupine and a yak. He's covered in matted, quilled fur that seems so bunched up in parts that it's like pulling away, and you can see his skin in the gaps in between these different pieces of mats. He's covered in dozens of flies. They're just buzzing all over him, and he's the source of that horrible smell. You don't think he's bathed ever.
Unfortunate. Oh, may I ask your name?
The name's Jangle. What's yours?
Kriv.
Kriv, where did you find those lightning rocks?
I struck them myself. I'm not sure if that's quite the word.
What?
I made them.
You made them? Did you carve them out of like a different kind of rock?
No, when I have the energy, sometimes I can, well, most of the time, really, I can produce lightning myself.
What? Wait a second. Well, what happened to your eye?
Um, Also lightning, believe it or not.
What? You what? You gotta explain, dude. I can't understand you. What?
Lightning. I got struck by lightning. I don't think it's a dragon storm, though. I think this was just a random occurrence. I don't remember too much about it.
When did it happen?
That's a tricky question. I I've had some memory issues since. I know it's been more than a few months, but it gets kind of fuzzy past that.
And you're like not hurt or anything?
Some scars, but not in not well. The memory issues probably counts, but not much else. Thankfully.
Yo, you're marked by the dragon storm.
What makes you say that?
I've been trying to get struck by lightning for the past 40 years. It's never happened for me.
It might be good luck, friend.
You said you could call the lightning yourself?
Yeah, I believe it's I think it might be a trait of like my family, but I'm not sure.
He's going to drop down and prostrate himself in front of you.
Oh no!
I'm not worthy to be in your presence. The chosen of the dragon storm. I can't believe it, dude. He'll kiss your feet.
Oh no, I'm just gonna also sit down on the ground.
We're not worthy.
Well, what would you ask of me, oh Holy One?
You're a lot right now. I promise. I'm no more special than you are. You probably even know more about the storm than I do right
And
now.
humble too. I can't even believe it. All that power, and still you talk to such a lowly peon as myself.
Could could I ask you some questions? How long have you been here? How long have you
My entire life, I devoted to the dragon storm.
Do you know many other followers here?
No,
Have Does that mean none others or just not many?
I don't know anybody else that would worship the dragon storm. So I've been doing it all myself ever since my parents kicked me out.
Well, I do have a question about that, but to just finish my line first, so that you haven't seen anyone by chance that looks like me, right?
No,
Okay.
no one could even begin to match your magnificence.
Okay. Um, um, how did you begin to follow the Dragon Storm then?
I saw the storm myself. Most people don't believe that it's really a dragon, but I saw the eye and I knew it was real.
Yeah, it's pretty scary, but amazing.
All the other gods might be fake, and maybe that got proven and everything, but that was a really big ass storm with a cool dragon eye. That was real.
Yes, it is. I I would recommend remembering that when you're trying to get struck by lightning. It's real lightning, also.
Oh, if I
It's
got
not
killed
fun.
by the dragon storm, that would be like the coolest thing that ever happened.
Well, I'll have to tell my friend that. Um, do you know much lore or anything with the Dragon Storm? Have you heard anything of a tournament?
All right, so like most of what I know about the dragon storm, I had to make up myself. So I knew that there was going to be like a holy one. I was so right about that. And you were probably going to fill me in on the rest of it. So there's like a tournament. Can I get in on that?
Oh my
Um,
god!
maybe. You could ask. I don't really know how
Sick.
it's working either. That's why I was asking
Okay,
you.
okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to presume.
No, you're fine. Do you, are you trained? Do you fight? Do you
I don't know.
don't know?
What is it? Is it like a fight tournament? Is it like gymnastics?
Oh, I have no idea, but I do hope it's not gymnastics.
All right, me too, because I'm like not super great at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, maybe if we ask, they'll change it. If it is.
That's all you, man. I wouldn't dare to even try to ask the Dragon Storm to do something for me. You're blowing my mind right now. Like
You're blowing mine.
we're like connecting. I feel like it. Like I hope it's not too weird to say that.
No, you're the first person I've talked to in my memory who also follows the storm. Here, and I pull out another piece or two of the Fulgurite because I know I spent too long doing that way back when, and I give them to
Whoa. Oh, I don't know what to say.
him. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, of course. Duh. Thank you. Oh, I'll treasure this forever. And like stick it into a part of his matted fur, and it'll just like cling in there.
Um, do I also have like a paper or something from Robbie, or am I just here also?
He definitely would have equipped you with something.
Okay. Um, I'm actually here with my friends to impress upon the city council how much trouble we might be in.
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
you've heard about what's going on. Um,
It's,
would
it's
you
so
be able
hard to keep up with politics, dude. It's
yeah,
really complicated.
for sure. Especially when it's like international stuff.
Yeah.
Um, will you be able to attest to the wow, I'm forgetting all the words, the cool words Robbie said before about it.
Is Ravi like another like Dragonstorm
No,
guy?
he follows Freyor.
Oh yeah.
Gregor here, you might know them.
I don't really talk to the other guys so much because they don't like hanging out with me.
They're pretty cool. I bet Father Gregor would hang out.
Yeah, they seem cool.
He's pretty busy right now, but um, we're going around and checking in on everybody and um collecting. I honestly a little bit forgot what our pizza was about, but collecting signatures. Um, kind of attesting to the fact that we need more assistance. That the way things are right now are not sustainable.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And you
Would
want
you
me to collect signatures or what?
would you be willing to sign our collection of signatures to contribute to it?
Oh, freaking totally, dude. Yes.
as the shaman of the Dragon Storm, of course.
I can't believe that you said that about me.
You also said that about you.
I'm just making it up, but you're like the real thing.
Well, someone has to be a shaman, and it seems if you're the only one here, then it has to be you. You're all of them.
I won't let you down. Every day, I swear, I would do everything I can for the Dragon Storm. I don't know exactly what that is. So far, I've been trying to get struck by lightning. I'll keep it up.
Maybe find something other than that one. I cannot impress how much that might just kill you.
All right. I'll brainstorm it, dude.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. See what you did.
I couldn't have done it without you. So where do I sign?
Right here. I'll do the thing where I turn around and use my back like a desk.
Okay, sweet. How do you spell my name?
I don't know. How do you spell your name?
I'm just gonna do it. All right. Shaman of the Dragon Storm and friend of the Chosen One. I hope it's not too forward.
No, I think we're destined to be best friends, actually.
Oh my god.
I just peed a little bit, dude. I hope that's not weird either.
Oh
to say.
god.
Maybe a little.
Sorry, people think I'm weird, so I guess it makes sense.
People also think I'm weird, if that helps.
Oh,
Is there anything we can do to help around here? I'm not sure if you've been working with anything, any refugees or anything.
I got the shrine set up. Um, no refugees. They stay pretty far away from me. I think because they're like anti-Dragon Storm dudes, maybe. I can't
Maybe.
think of any other reason that they wouldn't want to hang out. Right?
I mean,
Nothing.
some might not be as accustomed to the natural aroma you you exude.
Dragon Storm's all about nature, right?
You're right on that one. At least you don't smell like lightning, right? That smells like farts.
Farts. Should have thought of that.
Please don't purposely smell like farts.
It won't take much effort. I can figure it out. Just gotta change my diet a little bit.
But then how would you know when there is lightning near? You don't want to complicate that.
I, I don't mean to brag too much, but I'm pretty skilled at like detecting lightning. I don't even really use smell to figure it out.
It's pretty impressive. I'm usually still caught off guard myself.
It's, it's so wild to hear.
Well, I'm sure you're busy.
Uh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. Of course. Yeah, I got to attend the shrine and work on my farts, like you said, and just make sure fighting the good fight for the Dragon Storm.
Yes. Are you usually around here? I'm not sure how long we'll be in town, but
I'm here unless there's it starts storming. Then I go out into the fields.
okay. Well, I gotta go get ready for our meeting. It's pretty
Oh, yeah,
important.
it's
So,
tight. Okay, yeah. Yes. Well,
um,
good luck.
thank you.
Um,
Thank you a lot.
Let me know what the storm says about maybe I could join the tournament. No pressure.
Okay. I mean, you're pretty high ranking, it seems, so I don't know why you wouldn't get an invitation.
We've never spoken, so
It's fair.
you know. But hey, we met. We met.
It,
You got my name.
yes. We're friends now.
Sweet dude. Yes. Okay. Let's go over to Hajite, who's going to visit Illyria.
Ooh, that mood change.
Yeah. You made it very hard to keep talking to him, but also
Holy
hard to
cow.
stop talking to him.
That was great.
Oh, superb.
All
That's
right.
the I just want to be best friends with. Mm.
You go to Illyria's house. When you visit it, it looks well kept. It's like a big, fancy, like townhouse in between two houses. Green plants are growing out of the windowsills, and there's ivy growing down, and flowers coming out of them. Clean steps leading up to the doorway.
What happened? This was not like this. I don't remember her house looking like this.
It didn't.
Yeah, it sure didn't. All right, well, I was told to walk right in, so I guess I'll just do that.
All right. You'll open the door and step inside. It's well lit. Inside, it doesn't seem like it's daytime outside. And there's candlelight and stuff in there, and the windows aren't like boarded up or like have heavy curtains on them or anything, but it's kind of dark in there, and all of the lighting is artificial from the inside. You hear a muffled sound coming from upstairs, almost like a voice, maybe like a conversation or something. And then Illyria's cat is going to hop up on the armchair next to the door and look up at you and meow and stare at you expectantly.
Well, I mean, as custom, I'm gonna have to greet the cat.
If you put a hand out, Miko's going to go to town on it, like rubbing all around, tip to tail. And once he's had his fill, he'll leap down and scamper off.
Okay. Bye. Oh. Hello?
When you say that, the sounds will stop. And you'll hear just thudding, tum, 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 until eventually that thudding gives way to the gentle clatter of heels coming down spiral stairs on the other side of the house. And Illyria, who is now wearing a red dress,
Ooh.
pretty crazy for this early in the morning. When she's decked out, sort of saunters over to you. Kind of tries to gauge what the vibe is here.
Oh, right. Forgot where that vibe was.
You haven't seen her since you left.
It's true. And that wasn't like a super great leaving either.
Yeah. I mean, unless we count Dream Time, which was also pretty different.
Yeah, that didn't end well either. All right, I'm gonna go in for a hug. Full confidence. Let's go.
All right, yeah. She's going to embrace you right back. Hug you tight. And then she pulls away just a little bit and presses her forehead against yours. Touches the tip of her nose to the tip of your nose. And then she says, "I'm glad you're back."
Yeah, did you miss me?
Can't even imagine.
I'm pretty excited I didn't die either. That was a trip.
How are you feeling?
Um, well, to be honest with you, not great, but bad things happen over and over again, and you just kind of deal with it.
Well, you're here now. This isn't such a bad thing, is it?
Well, not right now.
She'll say, "Come in, sit with me." She'll pull away from you, but she'll run her hand down your arm and grasp your hand, lead you into the room, take you over to a small love seat over in the corner, and have you both sit down. Tell me everything.
Whew, everything starting from where?
From when you left?
Um, well, we went into the Enchanted Forest, uh, met some refugees, murdered some refugees. It was an accident, in my defense.
That's how journeys happen.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. I got a reward for making that mistake, though, so I have a cool skull now.
Oh, can I see it?
Sure. I will.
Oh, wow. Yes, a mature hobgoblin.
Oh, yeah. He didn't fight to give it to me either.
You won't find those anywhere around here. I don't think I even have one.
Sometimes I get worried that it's gonna leave some weird impressions on people, but I like it a lot.
It's a wonderful piece. It can be decorative or used for magical spells. It's like just a terrific, like a pocket knife with many different tools on it.
See, thank you. My friends, they just don't get it.
Do they have their own skulls?
No. And he wouldn't give me his either. You know, the one on his head.
Which friend is this? Not Ravi, I hope.
No, Arvistan.
Oh, I see. Yes. He does have a fine skull, Arvistan.
Ooh, it's even cooler now.
In
Hold on.
what way?
I'm not there yet. Hold on.
Oh, of course.
So, okay. All right. I have my hobgoblin friend now. It took a while. I had to learn from, I guess you could call them voices from the beyond, how to get a skull to, from the corpse head. And then we killed a magical deer. Well, I'm realizing we killed a lot of things.
Can't be a hero without killing.
The whole forest was cursed by something. I'm really not sure. I don't know. We defeated a creature that ended up, it was cursing the forest, but, we killed that too. Had to, do right by the fae folk that were over there, I guess.
So you don't want to get on their bad
Stolen
side.
again by one of them. But that's all good. And then we continue. We met a really nice family of rangers over there. They were cool. Continued north into the desert and found a very empty shack lookout point for the desert rangers.
That doesn't bode well.
It didn't look good. From what I know, it was definitely attacked by the bug creatures that we are also familiar with.
I see.
Yeah, continued heading towards New Sanctum, and unfortunately ran into a bunch more of them and a full underground tunnel system of them, which was cool. Not so cool when our friends fell into that. We went to New Sanctum and found out that everyone was gone, and the entire, the the entire gate was just peeled open. It's really easy, like peeling off skin. It was just.
What do you
that,
mean by gone?
They weren't there at all. There was no sign of anyone. Not a single soul.
Where did they go?
Well, we found out that the creatures that have been, the ones that ransacked the lookout point, had ransacked the entire town and just taken everyone. And that includes everyone in the castle, too.
She'll put a hand on your shoulder. She'll say, Hajite, aren't you from there?
Uh-huh. I am. But anyway.
She's going to hug you again.
Okay.
She'll say, I'm so sorry. I can't imagine what you've gone through.
I left that place thinking it was hell and came back to find out it was, But once something's been forcibly taken from you, it feels a lot worse. That's for sure.
Yes, I'm sure.
It's always a place that you kind of think you're going to be able to go back to, and now it's not there. And none of the people that you knew are there. And it was quite creepy walking around with no one around and piles of clothes everywhere. That was also something. We went into the mines and found out a lot of those were ransacked by them too. And it sort of seemed like someone had rustled up some kind of nest, I suppose. Going too deep into the ground. And the creatures can shoot acid. And we found some metal and armor and things that were melted by acid. But no people. And then once we left, we found a ranger that was from New Sanctum out in the desert, and discovered the reason that everyone was gone was because they kind of fused together in a giant monster amalgamation of people.
Fused together?
Uh-huh. Just stuck to it.
I see.
Sort of move with it in a possessed sort of manner. That's almost worse than everyone being gone, right?
I think it most certainly is.
You don't know what they are anymore. Whether they're alive or dead or possessed or trapped in their own bodies. I don't know. And the creature spoke to us directly in our heads, which was very scary.
Telepathy. That's
Right.
interesting.
Yeah. It's pretty much taken over the desert at this point. And they're expert trackers, and they followed us all the way out. We had to take a completely different direction, and the ranger that was with us had to sacrifice himself to redirect them. Um, and then we ran into the dragon storm, which was a great series of events right there.
And you came away unscathed?
I did.
What about Kriv?
You know, I didn't get a whole lot of information from Kriv other than the fact that the storm spoke to them. But no, the person that was the most impacted was definitely Arvestan. He was struck by lightning directly.
I'm not surprised.
Me either. Me either. If one of us was gonna die for something like that, that one.
He's died.
Yeah.
I see. And this is what happened to his skull?
He was, I would say, halfway eviscerated. So we carried his corpse back into the forest, met someone, and they brought him back.
Met someone.
Uh-huh.
Someone who brought him back from the dead.
Right.
You wouldn't happen to know who this person is, would you?
Well, I don't know a whole lot about him other than being a follower of Freyr. But his name was Sequus?
I see.
I've got no knowledge other than that.
Did he do anything else? Say anything else to you?
Don't recall anything. He was just.
That's lucky.
He asked a lot about the desert, and we kind of. We've been explaining our story all the way back home, so.
It's a tremendous story. A true epic.
Yeah, he didn't say much. And then he left. And we were by ourselves. But our friend was back. And part tree.
Part tree?
Mm-hmm.
What method did Sequus use to revive him?
Oh, that was us. The tree part was us. We had Faye blood on us.
Well, of course.
It was very interesting. It just kind of filled in all the holes that he had with plant.
Guess it should work that way. A deer it was, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Right. Funny how that worked out. We murdered one of them, and then the other one gave us his blood because he was dead. That's something.
Well, the fairies have a different sense of morality from the rest of us.
I could imagine. What are you so concerned about Sequus with? Do you know him personally?
Well, to raise someone from the dead is a tremendous magical gift. It would require an incredibly powerful individual to do something like that.
Right.
And most incredibly powerful magical individuals don't reach that point in the most just and good way. There's often a lot of danger in dealing with those sorts of people.
Is that right?
Yes,
Would you say you know from personal experience?
I would.
I see. From him or yourself?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I misunderstand the question.
Would you be able to do that, Alira?
Resurrect someone from the dead?
Right.
I'm not sure if I'd be able to, but I'm certain I wouldn't do it.
Why is that?
It seems an abomination.
Oh, that was unexpected. Okay.
The dead should remain dead. They're. How do I put this delicately? They're more useful that way.
Not sure how delicate that is. More confusing. I'm not sure I know what you mean.
You'll learn. I'll show you.
Is that right?
In time.
Okay. That's ominous, Alira. That's very ominous.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound intimidating.
Not that I'm afraid, just ominous.
I do have that sort of air about me sometimes. I apologize.
That's okay. I think it's endearing. Yeah, and I can understand to a point. I mean, if I didn't have a dead hobgoblin, I wouldn't have a skull, so I get it a little.
Yes.
There
There are rituals you can perform with that skull to summon spirits of the dead that can grant you more magical abilities.
Yes, I actually do that.
Oh, you have?
Mm-hmm.
Met anyone interesting?
Who? Every time. Every time I meet everyone interesting. I meet many a friend. I find that ghosts are very quirky.
Well, if there are any sort that can help you in any way with performing magic, then they must have been something special when they were alive.
I met a hag.
You did?
I did.
Yeah, what sort?
A necromancer. And he was something. He had a cool accent. And he touched my face.
I see.
Yeah, I was also confused by it, but it's okay. He's a good person, I think. That's not the right sentence. He's interesting. He might not have been a good person. I don't entirely know.
I know what you're referring to, yes. Ray can be sort of a flirt. You just have to let him go about his business.
Oh, is that right? You know Ray, huh?
I've met him, I'm assuming, in a similar way that you have.
You summon people too?
On occasion, when the need calls for it.
Oh, that's so cool.
I don't collect all these skulls for nothing.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, gotta say, that you are very fascinating. Anyway, now I'm here and I find out there's a war going on. Isn't that fun?
Feels like every other day there's a war going on, isn't there?
Yeah. Yep. But this one, got rid of all of the people in the mountains and brought them to the land. And then took out a good fair amount of an ally of Karenia, so I think it's fairly serious.
Yes, I don't think the council members of Karenia quite understand the threat that's being posed to them.
That's unfortunately the task I have for the day.
Oh, and you came to me for this?
I did.
I don't have any influence in politics.
That's not what I was talking about. I think you are creative,
Thank you.
intelligent, and you've been around for, I would say, longer than I have, at least around Karenia. Not to assume what your age is. But I am not very common amongst Karenia. I was there for a little while, and then I ended up being shoved into a journey. But frankly, I don't know a whole lot other than the dock district. So any information would, I think, be useful to us.
Well, from what limited descriptions and rumors I've heard, it seems that the foes from the south outmatch the Karenian militaries on a technological level.
Mm.
I would assume also on a magical level to some degree.
That's what we've been told, unfortunately.
But part of your story concerns me more.
Mm.
This mass, you say, that you found out in the deserts of Tarsaria?
I tried to talk to them about it. It didn't matter. They didn't care. That's not what's important to them right now. What's important to them is some stupid war in the South that, I mean, is important, but not world ending in the same way.
This mass truly does as you say, and I believe it does. Consuming flesh and adding it to its own considerable size. Speaking into your mind, I think, is the most telling thing. It's tapping into deep-seated magics. To be able to do things on the scale that it's performing them, it's performing magic that, well, it's beyond my capabilities. I don't think an army will be able to face something like that.
Well, shit. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of option. If it decides to just go outside the desert, we are so screwed.
There's only one thing that can counter powerful magic. Do you know what it is, Hazarte?
I don't.
More powerful magic.
Slick.
I would urge you to find something to be able to defeat this creature in the east.
Like a tool?
Like a weapon.
Well, I'm halfway there. I at least have magical stone.
A stone that size won't be able to help you channel enough magic to take down something like you're describing. I think you might need to find one that's been tempered with a little more expertise.
Right.
How much do you know about the ancient kingdom of Taufel?
Gosh, nothing.
Most people that venture up there to that frozen wasteland never return. So there's little more than rumors spreading around about what could be there. But if you know the right people, you can get little pieces of information that can give you a better view. And it just so happens I do know some of the right people. I can tell you that Taufel was once a great kingdom, much greater than Karenia, or even its foe to the south. And that kingdom was built on magic. And a city that stretched as far as the eye could see. And up in the snowy wastes, they controlled the weather. They made the climate bend to their will. People didn't need to walk. They could move about, flying freely or teleporting from place to place. They could communicate without speaking. And they could make their wildest dreams come true.
Why is it that it's deserted then?
It fell a long time ago. Because of foolishness. But all of those wonders are still up there.
Okay. Well, in addition to that information, we've been told to go to Mochiba.
It's also not a bad plan. That may even be enough to win the war against Internum.
That would be our first step. Unfortunately, the city's not going to go any other direction until we convince them that we're going to get rid of this war thing going on.
Yes, he might have some difficulty discussing magical matters with masters of state. They often don't understand exactly what they're dealing with.
Right. At all. Oh, and they also don't believe us. And word of mouth isn't proof enough.
Well, I don't mean to speak out of turn, Hajate, but you do have a certain measure of charm. Perhaps that could be used to your advantage.
Oh. Well. Well, we have decided that I'm going to be talking, as well as Ravi. But
Excellent selections.
as much as I might be charming to you, I'm not super charming to Talon, unfortunately. I got extremely angry and sort of screamed at him a little.
I see. Is there any way around Talon?
We would have to get at least 2 of the council members on our side, but he would be one of the most powerful ones to do it.
Well, I hate to keep expounding on the same tired road, but you are something of a talented magician as well. Perhaps if you combined measures of charm and magic and a little subterfuge.
Okay. We can't lie, though. Just as a heads up.
There are ways to circle the truth, like water running down a drain.
That's fair. And unfortunately, I'm fairly good at manipulation, so hopefully it goes well. I was just looking for a fair amount of advice on it. But thank you. I appreciate it.
Is there anything I could do to help you?
I don't think so. I was trying to find a way to hear what they might be talking about before the meeting. I don't really have a way of doing that. Um, but we shall see, I suppose.
Do you want me to try to find out for you?
Find out exactly what sort of thing they're going to try and convince us of at this meeting. 'Cause I have a feeling they're just going to put down everything that we say unless there's legitimacy. But honestly, I don't know. They're all kind of wild cards, and I don't know any of them personally.
Well, I'll go on ahead of you and smooth things over. How does that sound?
Okay. Okay. Sure.
What time is your meeting?
Noon?
Oh dear, that'll be starting soon.
Ah, right. Okay, I have to put on some makeup before I go, though.
Oh, darling, you look fabulous. No need.
Oh, come on. It's magical.
Oh, well, in that case, I'd love to see it. But I'll just head to the Palace District now then and see what I can do.
Well, Asha is gonna grab her hand and thank you.
She's going to kiss your hand.
Aww.
So she'll say, I'll see you soon.
I hope so.
And then she's going to cast invisibility on herself and disappear and leave.
I have no idea what I did.
Oh boy.
That could be really bad.
Yeah. Oh boy.
It's fine. It's fine. You guys have no faith in my girlfriend.
But she's got a whole makeup counter set up. She's got 3 mirrors, lights all on the inside of it.
Wow.
So you've got drawers if there's anything else extra other than your magic makeup that you wanted to use. She's just left the house open to you. If you need to find anything and you don't know where it is, Miko can find it for you. He's very intelligent. So if you ask him for something, he will go to it. And he's even capable of standing on his hind legs and pulling drawers open or doing sorts of things like that.
This is the best house ever.
Arvistan.
What?
Father Gregor has placed you upstairs in the Temple of Freyr for the time being, so that you can rest for however long you can. As long as you're not doing anything active, starting now, we can start counting your 7 days of rest.
Perfect.
If you stay in that chair and don't fight anything or do anything crazy like casting a bunch of spells, you should be okay. You do have a window up there, and since you're not moving around very much, the best you can do is look out the window. I'll have you make a perception check.
Ooh. That would be a 15.
All right. You could see 2 things outside the window. The first is the young man Bartholomew. He is up in the upper district. You could see over the wall into that part. He's on a little bench in a park, just sort of sitting listfully. And you're also able to peer out on the wall, the outer city wall. Nearby him and looking down on him is Jade the Orc. The actress, she doesn't seem to be doing anything other than watching him. So that's the first thing that you can see. Second thing that you see is an older gentleman and a very young woman, not far away from where Bartholomew is sitting, in the area that they just had the rehearsal dinner for the wedding feast, are arguing. You can't hear anything they're saying. The way you can tell that they're arguing is because they're being very physical about it. You can tell just by her body posture that she is yelling at him, that he is speaking back very sternly. She will move to run away from him, and he will grab her by the wrist, and you'll see her sort of tense up in pain. He seems to have grabbed her pretty hard. And then he pulls her close to him and says something to her, and then drags her away out of your sight.
Oh, that was interesting.
So, is there anything you'd like to do, Armstead, or are you just going to stay up there and keep resting?
No, I'll just stay up there. I mean, there's not much I can do. I can't go down the stairs or anything like that, so yeah.
All right. Then the last thing we have before the meeting, there's one more temple leader that Ravi would like to talk to. The leader of the Dark Temple of Tenegrael is Kiara. You head into that temple. It's probably also one that you've been in before. This one is very much the opposite of the other one. There are no windows. It is completely dark on the inside. You're not able to see anything. It's as if you're totally blinded.
Do I know if it's offensive for me to cast light inside of here?
It is definitely offensive to do that.
I had a feeling. I just wanted to double check. I will call out to the darkness. Anybody home?
You'll hear whispers from off to your left that sort of shift over to your right. This is so Ravi. Finally come to your senses, eh? Picked the right god.
Nice to see you again, Kiara.
Oh, can you?
Figure of speech. No, unfortunately I'm here on more official business.
Official business. Looking for donations, I take it?
Not this time. More so trying to get the council to see reason.
And what reason are you trying to get them to see?
I am sure you are aware at the army at our backs.
Yes.
We're pretty sure we have a plan that might be able to defeat them, but we need to get the council to buy into it. We need to go to Mochepa.
I see.
And what I'm hoping for is that you would be willing to sign a document that would state that the situation here is untenable. That if things continue on this way, the city will fall.
So, what you're saying is you want me to deal straight with them?
Kind of, yeah.
She'll do a sort of whispery chuckle, and you'll hear a whole lot of other laughter from all the other people that you can't see in the temple. She'll say, "Now what sort of priestess of the goddess of trickery would I be if I were honest with the government?"
The kind who realizes that if the Internum come, they will smash open your temple and they will kill you and your people?
Internum is a nation of darkness. Perhaps they would be more amiable.
You think you could reason with them?
Well, if they're also partial to the ways of the goddess of the dark, then they might be more willing to work with us than to work with you.
There is logic to a point in what you say, but I think that's a mighty big gamble for you. If you are wrong, you perish, and possibly the names of these churches fall. And considering the fact that you don't even know what language the Internum speak, that is a fairly large gamble.
Tell me, is there anything else you want from the council? Or are you just going to go in there, tell the truth, and hope for the best?
Kiera, you know me. We've talked on more than one occasion. My plan is always to tell the truth and hope for the best. Just do the next right thing.
And I suppose you also know me. And that isn't our way.
It's true. What if we brought you some of the magite back that we're looking to get?
Pure magite from Ochipa.
Yeah, we think it's the only way that we can produce enough magic and magical weapons to fight the Internum.
A donation to the goddess of the dark.
From a cleric of Freyr.
And this wouldn't be reported to your masters in the palace?
Of course not. I have no love for them.
So, a bit of trickery from Ravi Storm, the cleric.
Call it playing the long game.
Well, Ravi, I will play this long game with you. I'll give you your signature and join the game. Go and talk to your masters. Let's see who wins.
For what it's worth, Kiera, we're on the same side. We both want to see the sun tomorrow. Well, or in your case, the moon.
I'm on the winning side. If that's your side, then you're correct.
I will give a kind of like slight bow and uh, head off back into the light.
Right. You didn't feel her take the letter from you or anything like that, but as you exit, you'll see in dark ink that Kiara's name is written in on it.
I will turn back into the darkness just one last time. At some point, you'll have to show me that trick. It's pretty neat.
You'll have to learn to see in the dark.
I will roll the paper and walk out, and I'll be kind of like thinking to myself that I might be able to do that at some point.
It could happen. So, first thing that will happen is Ravi and Kriv will reconvene. You've got 3 signatures. You could probably get Father Gregor's at any time He's willing to help you if you didn't already have it before you even left in the first
I-
place.
Yeah, the plan was I would get it before we left.
So 4 different leaders of churches in the city of Kyrenia, which is every major church that's still operating, have signed this to say that they are limited on resources and that the strain of the war is likely to cause the city to fall before the opposing army even gets there. You can have Hajite probably come up in full magical makeup. Kriv and Ravi make charisma saving throws.
I'm gonna do one of these.
There it
Just for
goes.
Nice.
It's in slow motion when it happens.
13.
13?
Yes.
16.
Okay. Ravi, you do a better job of resisting the wiles. Hajite's not even trying to do anything to entice you, but you feel like, whoa, that's, you take a look and it's at least a double take when you see her coming up the path. Kriv, it's a 9 take. What? You've never seen so enchanting a creature. The most beautiful person ever.
Wow. Person.
Ajay, you look amazing. Did you get all dolled up to see your girlfriend? Is that what this is?
She didn't even get to see it. That sucks a little.
Weren't you in her house?
Yeah, but shit. All right, guys, don't freak out. She said she was gonna help us, and then she left before I put my makeup on. So I was just there by myself, and I don't know where she is. I don't know what she's doing either.
Did you snoop?
No. Well, I asked her cat to get me stuff, and that was pretty cool.
I suppose that
He liked cat food though when I asked for something to eat, so that went well.
I mean,
Wasn't very specific.
Alira's never done anything to harm us, so we're gonna continue on that. Aside from the poisoning, she will continue to not do anything to harm us.
She seemed pretty confident. And she's been nothing but successful for us before. Also,
Aside from the poisoning.
well, okay, but you gotta break some eggs, you know?
Armstead can't join you until you go get him.
Oh, yeah. Did you guys get that guy?
It's just like zoning out, staring at you. What?
Hey. Hello.
What?
Did you go get Arviston?
No. Do you see Arvis?
What the hell were you guys doing?
I'm a cool new best friend.
Yeah, I was going to talk to some priestesses.
Who? Who's your new friend?
Contessa and Kiera.
Ravi?
What?
Priv, who's your new friend?
I believe he said his name was Jangle.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm going to double check
Robbie,
the
what
signature. I'm going to check the signature that Kriv handed me.
What
Now a
the-
bit concerned.
It's very dirty. It's like you wrote it in dirt.
Yeah? Jangle, huh? That doesn't sound attractive. I mean, I'm sure he was great.
Why are you judging him already? You literally don't know anything.
Leave me alone.
I mean, he signs paper in dirt. That's not a great start, and I don't know if this is a name.
It's in dirt.
I'm
And
sure.
I will turn the paper around and show how to take the dirt signature.
Yeah,
This
it's terrible.
This paper smells a little.
It's like he swiped mud across it and then like wrote his name by drawing in the mud.
He's so innovative, you guys.
This paper smells. Um.
And it does say Jangle, Shaman of the Dragonstorm, and Friend of the Chosen One.
I don't think he spelled Jangle right either.
Are you telling you how to spell his own name?
I don't know.
Makeup does things to you, Hashite, and I don't know that I like it.
You've already failed a saving throw to prove that you like it.
Wow.
Are you the chosen one, Kriv?
Yeah, what the hell's that all about? You start a cult?
I mean, not that I know. If we're gone too long, who knows? But don't we have a thing to do?
It's been like 2 hours. How are you the chosen one of a church?
I guess there's
Okay.
only 2 of us.
All right. Okay, walk and talk. We gotta go pick him up.
Oh, that's right. I gotta grab Arvistan.
I understand they fashioned like a Father Gregor's helped you get like a sort of dog sled pull on your wheelchair. So
Ooh,
that
pit my ride.
Luna can just kind of pull you along.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go. Nice.
Oh.
I'm a elf Santa Claus now.
Love you.
Santa, I think maybe even is an elf. Am I off on that? He's got elves with him for sure.
I'm pretty sure he's considered an elf.
I guess we'll never know until we find him at the North Pole.
Okay. Let me know.
So Arvistan gets carted around by Luna. Are you guys ready to go to your meeting?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Let's go.
All right, I'm in. You convinced me.
All right.
Wait, no, I have spells I would like to put on people
Okay.
before we go in, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess it's concentration, so I have 1. Okay, what are the chances we think that either of us non-charismatic friends will need to talk? Should we boost an uncharismatic person or super boost an actually charismatic person?
Super boost a
Let's
charismatic
see.
person.
Why don't you boost Robbie?
I was going to. You already have your makeup.
Yeah. I'm also that's pretty high. That's pretty high.
Well, okay. So I'm gonna be fancy about getting my components here. I'm gonna pet Luna and take some of the fur that comes off when you pet her and use that. It says fur from the beast. And I
Okay.
want to pet the dog and cast Enhance Ability on Robbie. With Eagle's Splendor to be more charismatic.
Wow.
I'll double check exactly what that does because I did forget again. But I know it's
Does he grow bird feathers? That would be cool.
I hope not.
advantage on charisma.
It would be charismatic.
Oh, he's got advantage. So they Ajute and Ravi both have advantage on their charisma checks for this meeting.
Sick. And how much do I have a day? Oh, plenty. And then everybody get bardic inspiration. I'm Oprah.
Whoop! That's
All
a what,
inspired.
a D10?
No, I think it's a D8 right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
That's right. That's
Are you
a
the same
D8.
chorus?
Am I gonna do? I was slapped in the face just now.
Yeah,
I think
you gotta sing so we can get inspired.
You could
sing.
potentially Vogue now that you have all of your super
That's
fancy
true.
makeup on.
I could Vogue.
Uh-oh. I understand. You need to make the charisma saving throw.
Oh boy,
Muscled arms.
where the hell is my charisma? Oh, there it is. Oh god,
Is it like a -2?
it's a -2. That'll be an 8.
All right.
Oh no!
Instantly, Sirdas Hajite starts to Vogue and inspire you.
Very inspired.
You can't believe it. You can't look away.
Oh god.
Luna looks at your hands. You don't even pay attention. Your jaw is dropped. Your eyes are popping out like a cartoon character.
Wow. What the fuck?
I'm dead.
Arvistan, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Okay, he doesn't get to talk. Kriv, I need you to make sure he doesn't talk.
Hey, buddy.
Kriv can walk
Get it
over and
together.
close your mouth, Arvistan.
Hey, you good?
Uh,
Oh my god. Someone sucked his brains out.
Well, and I'll look over at Hazote. I think it's working.
That's good. That's good. Unfortunate. Gross a little. But it's good.
I mean, isn't this what you wanted to be the absolute center of attention when you walk down the street?
Oh no. Not from. Whoop. Let's just. I'm not gonna. Woo! I'm keeping my friends, is what I'm doing. Okay!
Oh, look. Where we're supposed to go. Look over there.
Oh, what? Who? You're all inspired, right? Okay, we're done.
All right. So I have to send through the temple district and the upper district back up to the palace. The guards are waiting for you. They'll open the gates in front of you and escort you to the doors to the council chambers.
Well, hello, Mr. Guards.
I. Hi.
Not used to this.
They'll look away from you. They're on duty right now, so
Good.
they can't deal with it.
They
So
can't
they open the doors for you.
either.
You'll see there's a center podium there for whoever's going to be speaking to approach, and then there's a sort of semicircle table, and all of the council members are seated at that table. They all look at you as you enter, except for Talon in the center of the table. He's taking notes in front of himself.
This isn't uncomfortable.
And as you step in, he'll say, all right, we're here to commence a meeting. We're hearing a report from the delegates to the nation of Tarsaria. Full report on the iron shortage and the cause thereof. I also have here, in an addendum to that report, Councilwoman Ziela Adros has added that we discuss seeking emergency aid from the nation of Mochipa. Is that correct?
Yes.
Very well. We'll have your full report. We'll tackle that addendum afterwards. Now, you've already refreshed most of us yesterday on the events that transpired, but you must have been tired from your journey. You were saying some things that didn't quite make sense. Now that you've had a full night's rest, if you could please tell us what you discovered.
Gladly. I will approach the podium, and I will touch the ground. Under Freyr's eyes, no one inside may tell their lies, and I'll cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
The spell I've casted here is Zone of Truth. No one inside of this circle may speak any untruths or lies while inside of it.
Very well. You may proceed.
I understand that to a lot of you, what we told you yesterday was the thing of fables and the thing of fairy tales. I'm here to assure you that it is very much the truth. The entire city of New Sanctum is gone, and their people are no longer able to provide us with the resources we need to craft any number of great things. That, unfortunately, is a secondary issue to the enemy at our back. As far as we know, the first attack from the Internum didn't lose a single soul on their side. Now, even if you do not believe that that is the truth, and they suffered minimal casualties, it is impossible to deny that we are heavily outmanned. So we have to ask ourselves what the most likely scenario is. Either they are far more genetically enhanced than any being we've ever come across, or they have magic of some kind. I think, logistically speaking, the latter is far more likely. This must make you ask another question. How long can we last? I hold in my hand signed documents from all of the major religious leaders in the city stating that the food and water and resources of this place will not last for very long. It is only a matter of time before what little trade there is completely ceased. The country will be thrown into economic despair, riots will break out, and we will not only be fighting violence on the outside from an enemy that we cannot beat, but also from the inside, as people who are starving and desperate will find any way they possibly can to make ends meet. The city will fall if that happens. I do not mean to be alarmist here, but I don't think that there is any way around this. You could barricade yourselves in, you could seal the gates to the upper city, and you could hold people out for as long as you can. But it's a matter of when, not if, everything falls. But I don't say this to say that there is not hope. The reason why we brought up Mochipa is because magic can even the odds. If we can get Magite from that country and bring it back here and fashion magic weapons and fashion scrolls and wands and everything else, we have a chance. I have worked with the Temple of Freyr for about the last 5 years, since I was barely waist high to any of you here. I solved the problem in the sewers because it was the right thing to do. I went to New Sanctum to find out what was wrong for the city of Karenia. All I am asking is that you give us the resources and the chance to continue doing what I have done since before I can remember, and that is help the city. So I ask you, for the sake of doing what's right, I ask you to restore trade and a sense of normalcy, and I ask you because if you don't, it is entirely possible that everyone in this room perishes.
All right. Ravi, give us your persuasion check. Remember, you've got advantage. Just not criv right out. They're totally gone. I couldn't even take it.
And then I had the Bardic Inspiration too, correct?
Yes.
That's a D8 you said?
Mm-hmm.
That is a 26.
Okay. So the most obvious reaction that you'll get is from Picrid Prescent, who is the councilwoman from the Temple District. She's sort of sat behind a large stack of books, but she kind of starts just nervously shaking in her seat. And they're going to start posing questions to you now, Ravi. How long do you think we have?
Honestly, I don't know. I would say, according to what the other district members have, we have a few months, which is long enough for us to get to Mochipa and back. The good news is that if we bar the gates, the chances of us suffering from the outside will last longer from them coming in than we will from us eating ourselves. That's very good news. The reason why everything is of such importance right now is that we probably only have a window. If internment encroaches too close in, we won't be able to get anything that we need to out of the city to get to Mochipa and back in time.
All right. We'll get from Steinbert, the councilman from the Trades District. So you say that all trades getting cut off?
As a studier of history, yes. They will indefinitely cut off all supply lines, all food lines, all trade lines to essentially starve us out. The thought process would be that they will then force our armies out, in which case we will probably be routed, and they will take the city.
And you're saying that Tarsaria is not willing to trade with us no more?
Tarsaria cannot trade with us anymore. But if we get the Magite and start solving some of these problems, then we can look to build up trade routes again. The giant series of bugs that are in Tarsaria, if we could beat them, we could start establishing a city there as well. Hopefully we can save those people. I hope with all of my heart that we can. And if we do, I think they would be more than willing to reestablish trade with us.
All right. Are you going to get a question from Renfelt Clayfoy, the councilwoman from the Upper District? What did you say your name was again?
I have gone by for many years Ravi Storm.
But what's your name?
Trevally Di Monte.
I see. I'm very familiar with the DiMonte family. I haven't heard your name in quite a while. Interestingly enough. I believe it's your sister getting married soon, isn't it?
I have heard that, yes. Obviously, I have been gone for several months.
Is there any reason that we should put stock in the words of someone who can't even maintain their own identity? Someone who's disgraced themselves and lost their station?
I fundamentally disagree that choosing the path of helping the people is a disgrace to your station. I think a life of service is one of the most honorable. As to whether you put stock in me, I say you put stock in my work. You could go to any of the people in the lower halves of the city, and they would speak well of my name. You can see the fact that up here in the noble... When we cleared the pipes, we were tasked with that job, and we were very successful in doing that as well.
Right, but I should think that someone that wasn't willing to remain a member of the DiMonte family might not really have the best interests of those closest at heart. I'm meant to think that you'll defend the city when you couldn't take care of your own. I just don't see it.
As a 10-year-old, you are right. I was not able to defend myself from my family. But I pose a question to you then, Madame, with all due respect. Do you think the Internum will let you keep your riches if they destroy your house?
I don't think so.
Do you think they will even let you live?
You are presupposing that we'll lose this war?
If we do nothing, I guarantee it.
And that is your assessment.
I will motion to the circle around me. I can tell you no lies.
Right. Well, even an honest assessment from a traitor to his family is little more than idle chatter.
I will look at Talon.
He's looking back at you sternly.
What do you think our chances are of succeeding in this war?
I know you've cast your spell. I know you said a lot of things. A lot of it seems to be what you believe, not necessarily what's true. It's a clever way to finagle your way around the magic that you've cast. The magic that we're all meant to believe is what you say it is. Not that I'm calling you a liar or suggesting that you didn't cast such a spell, but the degree to which it supports the validity of your statements, I don't find that compelling. It's impossible for me to believe that Tarsaria is gone.
Okay, then let's deal with some cold hard facts. The first encounter with Internum, how many losses did we suffer?
Minimal casualties.
How many losses did they suffer?
I'm not at liberty to disclose that to members that aren't in the official rank of the army.
We were driven back, yes?
We've made a tactical decision to withdraw from Baylor's post and to concentrate our forces in Anders.
And how is that going?
So far, it's going very well. We're gaining more troops every day.
That's not the question. The question is how we're doing against the Internum. Are
Well,
we?
There's been no second attack. They've not made for Anders. It seems to be the next target that would be the next logical target for one that was attacking the city. Perhaps they're intimidated.
They drove the mountain people out of their mountain, some of the fiercest warriors on this planet. That is also just a fact.
I do believe that he wasn't the only one planning on speaking today, Alan, if you don't mind.
Well, speak up then.
Excuse me, Robbie.
Yeah?
Well, zone of truth and all that. I'll just be blunt with you. We'll tell a story with the facts that are not a belief, because it is what I saw with my eyes. Walking into the desert, the first thing we were able to spot on the way to Tarsaria, and New Sanctum in particular, we came across a ranger's post. The ranger's post was quite destroyed, and with my prior knowledge of the actual bug creatures, I was fully able to establish that this place had been destroyed specifically by them. Upon further inspection of the darn near demolished shack, we're able to go inside and find a good map of what has been going on within the desert realm. That's what rangers use in order to mark off where there have been bug sightings. Unfortunately, the map hadn't been updated for quite some time, which leads me to believe that this post had been destroyed many months before we had even gotten to the area. We did have a near perfect copy of the map. Unfortunately, it did get destroyed through our journey. Moving on, because I wouldn't be able to show it to you. We did travel directly to New Sanctum. Upon our arrival, we saw that a large section of the wall that would protect the outside from these bug creatures was entirely peeled open. Unfortunately, on our way there, we had to be extremely careful to avoid tunnels that we had fallen into at one point. We were able to get out, but we had come across several large bugs at this point and had to defeat them, of course. Unfortunately, we couldn't defeat many at a time, so it was quite a single, one at a time effort on our part. And I like to say that we are stronger than the average Joe. Entering the city, we found that there were no people. None at all. Saw 0 people in any building, in any street area, in the entire castle, underground, and in the mines. We traveled to every area of the city in order to ensure that we were not missing some sort of refugee area where people were hiding out. We checked everything. When we went underground, we saw absolute signs of the bug creatures. There were specific tunnels carved out by these creatures, and not to mention several pieces of armor that were Ashen destroyed. As we looked around, we found that there was a new section of the mine being built, and we came across what seemed to be an area where many of them would have accumulated, and we're under the assumption, upon seeing the map of the underground mines, that they may have come across a nest of these creatures, further aggravating them beyond what sort of ploy was going on previously. As we searched around the castle, there was no one there either. There looked to be a sign of a small scuffle outside the prince's room. Other than that, there was no sign of anything. It seemed like several of the tunnels had broken into any of the escape routes that the Tarsarians would have had as well. Other than finding clothes, there was no one there. Once we left the area, we came across one ranger who gave us a full description of exactly what had gone on and what he had seen. It was a further description of, unfortunately, the bug crisis that had been going on. He ended up having to sacrifice himself for us. And this being my own home country, personally, I'm extremely devastated to find it in such a state. This is a place that was once my home, and I'm rather brokenhearted about it. And not seeing anybody made things all the worse. But beyond that, due to all this death and destruction and nonstop missing people, we were able to discover a larger creature that seemed to have people attached to it under its control. Other than that, we found the people. We've seen them. I'm unsure if they're even people anymore, if I'm going to be honest. But that's something that would have to be dealt with at a later date. We do have extremely pressing matters from the South right now. And due to the circumstances that we went through in traveling and ensuring the trade routes that you needed and ensuring the metal that would be necessary for this war, unfortunately, there's no one there. There was no one there to mine. There was no one there to collect. And there was no one there to deliver. There is no possible way for us to receive those items for you. And even beyond that story, it's not going to happen. And you can waste time sending people out there, but that's all it is wasting time. Beyond that, we do have the ability to travel for you And I think actually going to Mochipa would be a better option for most of the scenarios that are going on. Not only can we arm ourselves with magic, which we do know the Internum were using, we would be able to arm many of our people and hopefully retrieve more magic users that would be able to respond to the magic that Internum was using. In creating more of a trade route with specifically Mochipa, we would also be able to further build relationships and find more available trade, hopefully, build more of an available trade between us and Mochipa. We need to further our alliances with these other countries because Tarsaria is not an option anymore. And thus, we don't have any supplies. We don't have any surplus of anything. We don't have metal. We don't have these things. But it doesn't make things hopeless because we do have an ally that is available. Unfortunately, we would need your assistance in able to get there. We will do it for you, but we can't do it by ourselves.
Hajite, make your persuasion check.
I also, maybe after this or whatever, peek at them, try to look and see if I get any. If they're, I don't know, just seeing how they're doing.
Which one?
Picking one, I can't do two.
One at a time.
One at a time. Let's go with Xander.
Steinbert Zander, the Trades District Councilman.
Yes.
He's starting to get convinced that the trade with Tarsaria, which is the main source of trade for the city, where most of that money gets made, is refining ore that comes from there. Whether or not everything you guys are saying is true, he seems convinced that that's not going to come. That this delegation is probably the most successful one that you're going to get. And you weren't able to get them to start sending ore anymore. So with that not coming, he's starting to look at a lot of the possibilities drying up around him. What do we get on the persuasion?
I have advantage, right?
Yeah.
Sick. I got a 17.
Okay. Crib, was there somebody else you wanted to get a read on?
Yes. Peakrid Preeson.
She's freaking out. She's not doing okay right now. She not only did we get a kind of horror story from Ravi, try to sprinkle some hope in. Maybe Mochipa is going to be a sort of super savior. You can go there and solve this problem. But hearing that everybody in the room could die was pretty devastating. And then you follow that up with Hajite coming with an entirely different enemy, talking about another war that she was barely even aware of, just heard from you guys yesterday. So she is, you can see her breathing is labored and fast, panicked. And looks like she could almost pass out. Hajite with your 17. Talon's going to lean forward. He's going to put both of his hands on the table in front of him. He's going to stare you down in the eye. And he is not bedazzled by the beauty of the magical makeup that you're wearing.
Assumedly.
He just looks at you and he says, "Did you know that I used to be a delegate to Tarsaria?"
I did not.
I made many visits there. It was a home away from home for me. I had connections in the Ranger Corps. I knew Tarsaria to be a proud and strong nation. I have friends there, and they are still alive.
Ellen, I don't know. I don't know how to tell you this. But unfortunately, I saw no one there. I did meet one ranger, and if you have connections, perhaps you know him, but his name was Derek. He had a camel named Cricket. He was extremely brave and extremely heartbroken over losing his city. So much so that he didn't know what to do with himself and ran off into the desert.
It's just all smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and
The
mirrors.
spell is a lie. The zone of truth thing, it can't be true. You've made it up.
Then come test it.
Fine. He'll stand up from the table. He'll walk over to the podium. And he won't turn and face it. He doesn't face the way that you guys were facing towards the rest of the council. He turns around and he faces your group. And he says, I have friends in Tarsaria. And they and they're still and he leaves. Turns around and walks past the council again and out the other door from the room. Ziella will stand up and say, we'll adjourn for the vote.
Thank you for your audience.
And she'll stand up. She sort of kicks back away from the table. Her chair goes sliding out really far, and she stands up and follows after Talon. Steinbert and Renfeld get up. Renfeld is nonplussed. She doesn't care about anything that you guys said. Steinbert seems to be thinking about it, but it's hard to tell exactly where he lands either way. And Piekrit falls over.
Piekrit.
If no one goes to help her, I will go to help her.
Sure, she's just fainted. You can rouse her just, touching her and shaking her a little bit. We'll bring her back to consciousness.
I'm going to walk over there, too.
Well, oh, what happened? Did they come?
No, they haven't come. There's still time.
Piekrit.
Yes?
Everything seems very grave and very serious. But we need you to hold it together because we're going to get this for you. Okay? We are here to ensure that things are going to go well. We will take care of all of you. But you have to let us.
Okay. I'm okay. It's okay. I'm okay. She just keeps muttering that. I'm okay. It's okay. She wrings her hands in front of her. She sort of hunches over as she's walking away. And that's where we'll call it for this week. We'll get the verdict next time.
So bad.
Right on.
Oh, man.
How do y'all think you did?
As well as could be expected.
I made Talon cry.
That was so
I
sad.
didn't expect to make Talon cry.
Oh.
Boy, he believed me.
Hey, that's something though, because he's the one who likes facts.
But he was
Hey,
also the one who, like, he didn't believe in bullshit. And he walked up there, and he was in the zone of truth, and couldn't say the thing in front of the rest of them. Which means they know he's messed up from it.
Couldn't say it.
Oh,
All I know is that that's Son of Truth kick his fucking ass.
man! Man! I had a
magic.
backup with my skull guy. I had a backup, and then Talon started crying.
That was great. That was pretty fucking good.
Ah. Speeches, man. Felt like I was in school.
Will he vote for you or not? I don't know. You might have just broken his psyche.
It's
He
kind of
loves-
weird.
Just mentally shatter the whole council except for one person.
It's not our fault the truth sucks.
I
Right?
mean, we suck too.
What did Alira do before you got there?
Oh,
I
no!
have no idea.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know.
I don't think it's cast mental stability, that's for sure.
I don't even know if what happened was like a version of going well. I don't know if that went well.
That definitely went well.
If not, we'll find another way. We always do.
I prepared
Yeah, our asses are gonna summon a boat from Arvistan's family under sea,
I was thinking of stealing one, but sure.
and then we're gonna drop cows and
Yeah.
make a rift again so that we can kick the boat over there.
Oh man, this is gonna be
This-
interesting.
Does that answer your question, Dave?
I don't remember what I asked. I think I asked what did Alira do. Didn't really answer that at all. We don't know.
It's true.
I'm very worried for P-Crid. I think she might just dip.
Very flustered. She's running the Temple District right now, and that's having the roughest time of it.
Yeah, but the Temple District is already on side with them. All of it. Damn, I was gonna mention Milani, but like my brain went, I don't care about her. I don't care about this lady. It's okay. We don't need to talk to her. I was gonna be like, hey, I'm part of the Upper District, guys. How's it going? We know things. We could do stuff. I think the best chance we had was Ravi going, you're gonna die, lady, and your money ain't gonna save you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I really thought that was going to affect her. It's like, nope, money defends against everything.
I'm safe as long as I have my gold.
Once she
Like a-
recognized Ravi, he wasn't going to be able to say anything to sway
I
her
know.
specifically.
Yeah. And that immediately my brain said, all right, get her, you got her. And I'm like, nope,
So,
I want talent.
Travali Damante. How you
Yep.
doing? So you lie to me, huh? Your name is not actually Ravi? You liar!
Ooh.
I mean, you'll have a chance sometime in the next week, because you can't move, to ask me about it, so...
That's true. It's very true.
Well, I don't know. I'm still like bedazzled or some shit like that from the.
You didn't even
That's
you didn't just staring at Hazate?
Like,
I know, right? And then Talon stared into my soul. He's like, my friends are alive. I'm angry. And then, I don't know if he knew Derek.
And then
but
he
I sure
went-
hope that name helped.
and then he went poop. Bye bye. So the truth is, I'm just gonna turn around and go cry now.
What if the council just disbands entirely? What the hell would we do?
Probably Ciela won't let it happen.
Pick a new country to be from.
There you go.
I.
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
we
I already
just-
lost my first one, okay?
We just joined the bad guys. Fuck it.
We just joined the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck
how
it.
we could have talked him into
We
it.
just- we
We could
just
have said,
joined
if
the
you guys
Enders.
don't listen, you guys don't listen, we will join the bad guys.
That wouldn't go well either.
I mean, it wouldn't go well, but they sure as hell they're gonna be scared as fuck, though.
Oof.
All right, are we all good to go next Thursday?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Sure am.
All right, then we will see everybody then. Thank you for playing. Good job, everybody. Maybe we'll fight again soon.
True that.
One day.
Peace.
One day it won't be politics.